Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys joining me for a little on the water video here. We're going to be talking about shad kills. In the late winter, early spring, it's pretty common. I'm at Lake of the Ozarks right now. You guys can probably see there's a lot of ice on the lake, and they're in the middle of a really big shad kill right now. I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second and show you guys. But in today's video, I'm just going to give you guys some tips and advice on how to handle fishing under a shad kill, because fishing can be really tough under these conditions. So we'll get into that in today's video. Also guys, just a big thank you before we get started. I just want to thank everybody for taking time to use all the links I put in the video descriptions and subscribe to the channel here. Everybody that's doing that is really doing a big part to keep this channel on YouTube, and a big thank you from me and my family. So okay guys, I'm going to turn the camera around and sort of show you some of these dead shad and sort of talk about it here a little bit. Okay guys, here's a prime example of a shad kill. You can see a little shad in the water right there, and if you look out over here, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see these little light spots. These are all dead floating shad in the water right here. And as you can see, you know, the water temperature right here, it's 40 degrees. But obviously we have ice in the water, so you know the surface water is probably colder than that. But this is what happens, guys. Look at all these dead shad coming along here. They're floating up everywhere out here. They're up against the bank. Probably see a couple right there. And this is very common in the late winter when you get water temperatures down in the low 40s, especially when you get a really bad cold snap like we've had. You know, it was down below zero. See a shad floating right over there. And very common. So let's talk a little bit about what you need to do in this situation. Okay guys, first of all, when you have a shad kill like this, fishing is going to be tough. And the reason it's tough is the fish are just gorging themselves. They don't have to work at all to catch any bait fish at all. These shad are dying. They're moving slow. The ones that are not dead are barely swimming on the surface. And it doesn't take anything for bass just to ease up there next to one and just gobble as many as they want to. So that's basically the reason why it's so tough. Combination of cold water, combination of the bass are just full. And you can see everything's taking advantage of it. The eagles, the birds, you know, raccoons on the bank. It's just sort of a buffet for the fish. So it's going to be tough. And one of the things that you can probably do when you do have a shad kill is stay away from shad colored lures. You know, any lure that resembles a shad pattern crankbait, you know, swim baits, even jerk baits to some extent. When you're in the middle of a hard shad kill, that's a pretty tough bite. I'm not saying you can't catch some fish doing on it, but think about it. It doesn't make a lot of sense that a bass would want to chase a shad colored lure moving through the water column when they can just get one that's barely moving. If you do fish a shad pattern, jerk bait or something, slow way down, that's going to help you out. But one of the things that I like to do is I like to go to more of a crawdad pattern. Early in the spring like this, even though the water's cold, sometimes crawdads patterns can work really good, crawdad lures. That's why a jig is a really good choice during a shad kill. Fishing a jig on rocky banks, just, you know, in like 5 to 10 foot of water is a good way to catch them. If the water's a little bit warmer than this, a crawdad crankbait can be really good, something like a wigglewort. Crawdad pattern lipless crankbait can be good if you have some off-colored water. But that is what has helped me out more than anything else. Another thing that has helped me out is get into some off-colored water. If you can get into some off-colored water and throw some type of crawdad type of a lure in that off-colored water, a lot of times, you know, you can do a little bit better than you can if you're fishing the cleaner water with a shad, you know, some type of a shad pattern deal. But guys, don't get excited about it, because like when there's a shad kill, usually the fishing gets pretty tough. That's just part of it. And it usually lasts a couple weeks or so. It's like, it usually starts lasting until the water temperature starts warming up significantly, because these shad, you know, they're pretty lightweight. I mean, they're in terms of they're not real tough and they die really easy. But eventually they're going to sink to the bottom or get ate by other creatures up on the bank and in the sky. So it's just part of fishing, something you have to deal with. And hope that helps you out. We'll talk later.